How to save a marriage. 10 proven methods that always work. Have you and your life partner become separated? Do you sense that you've become absolute outsiders? At that point, you ought to promptly search for approaches to save your marriage. Sometimes it might feel impossible and divorce might seem like the only way out. Before you make any decision, though, you have to think it through. Marriage isn't only a piece of paper, it is a genuine responsibility. You need to battle and make a decent attempt to save the marriage since it makes a difference. Your significant other matters and the vows you made to each other matter. Keep in mind, for better or for more awful, till death do you part. Indeed, those most noticeably terrible times are presently and you need to stay together. Battle and endure those extreme periods together. Trust me, every healthy marriage faces peaks and troughs, but what's important is to stick through everything together. That's the only way you'll solve your marital problems. 10 proven methods that always work. Method number 1. The sooner you look for help from a marriage mentor, the better. When you understand that you're having conjugal issues, you should look for proficient assistance. The more you stand by, the harder it will be to save your marriage and get it in the groove again. Marriage mentoring will assist you with distinguishing explicit issues you're looking in your relationship. Then, a marriage counselor is going to find the most effective way for you to deal with those problems and save the marriage. After only a few sessions, I guarantee you'll see some positive changes. It's going to help you both learn more about you and your relationship. Marriage counselors will let both partners tell their side of the story. At that point, they will instruct you that correspondence is everything in a relationship, and that powerful correspondence is the way to surviving and settling struggle in a marriage. Method number 2. Remember why you fell in love in the first place. Return to the past. Recollect when you saw your life partner interestingly. Recollect those butterflies you felt in your stomach. Remember the first time they said, "I love you." Go back in time to when you were happy. So happy and so crazy in love. Consider every one of the things you love about your accomplice. Consider how you acknowledged and accepted their blemishes and defects and never at any point contemplated evolving them. All those feelings are still there. You still love your partner like you did on that first day. Put down your defensiveness and you'll see it. I'm sure your partner also has the same feelings for you. You need to comprehend that this is only a stage in your marriage. A stage that all wedded couples need to confront. You simply need to figure out how to manage it and make your marriage work once more. You will be cheerful once more. This will simply fortify your association and demonstrate how solid and profound your affection is. Try not to allow these difficult situations to demolish your marriage. Method number 3. Make your relationship a priority. Your relationship should always be a priority, but now, it's essential it becomes a priority for both of you. You have to work on your marriage every single day. Regardless of how bustling your timetable is, you generally possess to make energy for your better half. They are a higher priority than your work, your companions, and all the other things in your day-to-day existence. Give your spouse the attention they deserve. Remember, they aren't your friend nor your roommate, they are your lover and partner. Make them feel cherished and loved. Your partner should never doubt your feelings for them. If they do, it means that you aren't trying hard enough to show them how much you love them. If you don't fight for your partner, you'll eventually lose them. You won't feel complete without them. You'll lose one part of yourself because they were your other part. Method number 4. Write down specific issues that are causing conflicts. If there are some specific issues that are causing disagreements and conflicts in your relationship, you have to write them down. Your partner should do the same. After you've done this, you need to exchange your papers. Then, talk about all those things. Your accomplice should think pretty much every one of the things that are troubling you. At that point, you should offer a few answers for how you might want to take care of those issues. Trust me, being honest and direct about things that bother you is one of the easiest ways to solve your marital problems. Method number 5. Detox all your negative emotions. Whenever you've had the discussion with your accomplice and expressed everything that were troubling you, it's the ideal opportunity for an enthusiastic detox. When someone hurts us, the easiest thing to do is to ignore it and suppress your emotions. The problem is that you won't make your emotions go away if you ignore them. Suppressing emotions for a long time can have consequences on your mental health. It can make you feel sad, depressed, or even frustrated and bitter. You have to take control of your emotions again. You shouldn't let them control you. Don't say something in the heat of the moment because you know you'll regret it later. And then it might be too late for forgiveness. Method number 6. Revive the sparkle in your relationship. You know why the spark never fades away in a healthy relationship? Because both partners make the effort to keep it that way. It's actually all up to you and your better half. You must work on your relationship and bring the flashback. There are so numerous basic ways you can do this. Recapture lost closeness. It's perhaps the main pieces of each relationship. It mirrors the degree of trust and association among you and your life partner. Plan the most romantic date night ever. Go away for a weekend. Plan a trip or a vacation. Surprise your loved one and organize it all without their knowledge. Flirt like you've just met. Compliment your partner whenever you get the chance, but be careful, you have to mean it. Get out of your comfort zone and do something you've never tried before. Get your adrenaline pumping. Try bungee jumping together or another similar activity. Method number 7. Name calling is a deal breaker. Name calling is verbal abuse and it is the first red flag of an unhealthy and abusive relationship. It's not how you'll resolve your conflicts. No matter how angry you get at your partner, you should always try to avoid name calling. Both you and your accomplice should define a few limits on what's satisfactory conduct and how might you treat each other. You mustn't cross your partner's boundaries even when you're fighting and you get angry. I know that we never mean some of the awful things we say while fighting, but still they can hurt our loved one. You know that you'll regret it later for sure and apologize to your partner, but maybe by then it'll be too late to apologize. In the event that you do it regularly, you'll ruin your accomplice's confidence. You'll cause them to feel like they aren't deserving of you. At some point, your accomplice may pardon you for those affronts, yet they'll always be unable to fail to remember it. If you've already made this mistake, you have to stop name calling right away because verbal abuse, like any other abuse, gets worse with time. Method number 8. Accept the past. If your partner did something bad to you in the past and you decided to forgive him, then you need to forget it and let it stay in the past. Why talk about it all when you can't transform it? You can fail to address it. You can just accept your accomplice will change and that they will not recurrent their error until the end of time. I know that it's not easy, but you have to accept your past in order to move on properly. Give yourself some space if you need it. Be alone with your thoughts and think about everything that has happened in your marriage. That's why expressing your emotions is important, once again. If you don't let your emotions out, you'll stay stuck in the past. The only thing you should think about and be focused on is your future because that's where you're going. Don't look back. Don't bother with things that have passed. Method number 9. Shift your focus back onto yourself. It's human nature to blame the other person for failures and mistakes. Well, you can't blame your partner for all the bad things that happened in your relationship. It's not all your partner's fault. Don't focus only on their mistakes because you made mistakes also. Think about that. Think about your mistakes and how much they contributed to ruining your marriage. Try not to say that they'll need to fix their mix-ups to make your marriage work once more. Keep in mind, a marriage is about cooperation. You have to work on your mistakes together. You have to function as one. If you are doing something to your partner that you know would hurt you if someone did the same to you, then why are you doing it? You bear the same guilt for the situation you're currently in. You're both guilty for almost ruining your marriage. Method number 10. Improve yourself and become a better spouse. You constantly have to work on yourself and try to be a better spouse. Don't be too stubborn and let your pride be more important to you than your partner. Learn to admit when you're wrong. Always apologize for your mistakes and take responsibility for them. Think about all the things that your partner does for you every day. You have to show that you see them and that you're grateful for everything. The easily overlooked details are consistently the most significant. Run them a shower when they get back home from work. Set up their number one dish. Give them a back rub. Ask them how their day went. Say thank you at whatever point they accomplish something decent for you. Show that you value them. You can't start working on your relationship until you start working on yourself. You have to change the things about yourself that were obviously damaging your relationship. Don't give up.